First of all, I want to thank Chairman Towns and Mr. Issa for convening this hearing. I'm pleased to see the Secretary here. There are some very serious questions that need to be answered about what took place and also what measures we have in place to deal with the current spill that, I see from Florida around the Gulf Coast affecting people's life, the moratorium. We've got so many questions, but I'm pleased that you're here to hopefully shed some light on it, your colleague. Mr. Issa stated that we knew something was rotten in the Mineral Management Service, even under the Bush administration, and I'll put in the record a copy of a letter that cites 3 criminal investigations were launched during the Bush administration on that agency, things we knew there were problems with. I'd like to know from you, when you inherited that position, if that was one of your focuses. There are other questions that have been raised about the development of policy with the new administration. And, I think a lot of people voted for President Obama and the other side. They thought they were the protectors of the environment and all this. And it turns out that they were asleep at the switch. And what baffles me is how you could come up with proposals to, and I want to know if you were consulted on this budget proposal in 2011 to cut the Coast Guard budget, which is one of the first responders whenever you have an oil incident or a disaster in this country. In addition, $2 million cut from MMS, Mineral Management Services budget for environmental reviews. It's in here. These were proposals. I don't know if you had anything to do with this in February of this year. And then this is February, and then in March the administration develops a policy. Here's the headline from the New York Times: Obama to open offshore drilling, offshore areas to oil drilling, and it cites the Gulf of Mexico. So here we're cutting the assets and those responsible for oversight and permitting. And there are questions about the rubber stamping carte blanche of the approval. This is the approval signed by your administration to drill in deep water. And then the rush to go do more deep water drilling. This is the list of 33 approvals by the Obama administration. There's only a total of 27 deep water operations in the Gulf. Half of those are exploratory, half approximately production. But your rush to more drilling and cutting the assets. I think I'd like to know how this policy was developed and if you had any part in it, or what the thinking was when they took this path. So I yield back the